These are the visuals of the strategic airport in the city of Kisangani in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Earlier this week, this airport came under attack. According to provincial authorities, at least 8 explosive-laden drones were launched toward the Kisangani airport in northeastern DR Congo. All of them were intercepted before they could hit their targets. No major damage was reported. But the message behind the attack was loud and clear. Soon after, Corneille Nangaa, a senior rebel leader and a key figure linked to the M23 movement, claimed responsibility. He described the drone attack as a warning to the Congolese government. Kisangani is not a frontline city. It lies hundreds of kilometers away from the main battle zones in eastern Congo. That is precisely what has made this incident so alarming. With a population of over 1.5 million people, Kisangani sits on the banks of the Congo River and is a vital transport and economic hub. Because roads in the region are in a poor condition, the airport is the city's main lifeline, connecting it to the rest of the country. The airport also has military importance. While it is a civilian airport, it is regularly used by the Congolese army. Fighter jets and attack drones take off from this runway to strike rebel positions in eastern Congo, more than 400 kilometers away. By targeting Kisangani, the rebels appear to be signaling that no place is out of reach anymore. Nangaa said the operation showed that the Congolese army's air superiority had been broken. He warned that any aircraft used against rebel-held areas would now be attacked at their source. The message was reinforced a day later when M23 warned that Congolese military planes flying over what they call liberated territory would be destroyed. All this happened just as the Congolese government and M23 representatives were meeting in Doha under Qatari mediation, where they agreed to deploy a United Nations team to monitor a ceasefire. The drone attack has raised fresh doubts about how serious that ceasefire really is. To understand why this matters, we need to step back and look at what is happening in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The DRC is Africa's second largest country by land area. It sits in Central Africa and shares borders with 9 countries, including Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi. Around 110 million people live here, making it one of the most populous countries on the continent. The DRC is also one of the richest countries in the world when it comes to natural resources. It has vast reserves of cobalt, copper, gold, diamonds, and coltan. Here you must know that coltan is essential for modern electronics, electric vehicles, and aerospace industries. Yet, despite this wealth, most Congolese live in poverty. Decades of weak governance, corruption, and conflict have prevented the country from turning its resources into broad-based prosperity. Nowhere is this contradiction more visible than in eastern Congo. The eastern provinces of North Kivu and South Kivu have been trapped in cycles of violence for nearly 30 years. Armed groups, local militias, foreign fighters, and national armies have all been involved. Millions of civilians have been displaced, and entire generations have grown up knowing only conflict. At the center of the current crisis is the M23 rebel group. M23 takes its name from a March 23, 2009 peace agreement that, according to its leaders, was never properly implemented by the Congolese government. The group claims to represent the interests of Congolese Tutsis, who they say face discrimination and insecurity. The Congolese government and the United Nations say M23 is backed by neighboring Rwanda. But Rwanda strongly denies this claim. What is clear is that since resurfacing at the end of 2021, M23 has become the most powerful armed group in eastern Congo. With advanced weapons and tight organization, it has seized large areas of territory. Last year, it captured the key cities of Goma and Bukavu in a rapid offensive that shocked the entire region. For people living in these cities, life has changed dramatically. In Goma, banks remain closed to prevent funds from reaching the rebels. With cash in short supply, Rwandan francs are now widely used in markets. Transport links are disrupted, schools and airports are shut, and yet daily life goes on in a fragile and uncertain way.
Before the war, we used to come here and sell very well. We were able to feed our children well and send them to school. But since the war, nothing works anymore. Most of our customers have fled the city because of the war. Economic activity is unstable because the banks are still closed, as is the airport, which makes more difficult.
For workers who depended on the normal functioning of the city, the impact has been devastating.
Before the war, things were good. We worked well. I had customers from the airport every day and from the bank too. And civil servants were being paid, which meant there was cash in the city. But now that everything has come to a standstill, you must understand that we are suffering enormously. Nothing is like it was before. We are struggling.
Even the currency market reflects the instability.
Now we have more Congolese francs than dollars. This makes our work more complicated. The exchange rate is unstable, and this situation does not really suit us.
M23 fighters are now a routine presence on Goma's streets. They man checkpoints, patrol neighborhoods, and oversee local administration. Rebel-linked officials have taken charge of governance in areas under their control, and public works like road repairs have begun in some neighborhoods. Corneille Nangaa insists that life under rebel control is safer and more orderly.
Goma
is a secure city. There are no more armed bandits. You will no longer hear gunshots in Goma, as was the case before. In Goma, the population sleeps and lives in safety. Our security forces are working hard for this security. On the administrative level, it must be said that all areas of Goma, particularly Bukavu, the space is well administered.
But the Congolese government strongly rejects this version. Listen to this.
Today, more than 300,000 Congolese are displaced, living in camps in Burundi. At least 12,000 children are without families because they cannot find their relatives, and at least 1,500 people have been killed since the start of these events in Uvira. This clearly illustrates the criminal nature of the actions of Rwanda and the M23.
Beyond the fighting, there is another layer to this crisis, and that is Congo's minerals. Last week, more than 200 people were killed when part of the Rubaya coltan mine collapsed in eastern Congo. Thousands of artisanal miners work there every day, digging by hand in dangerous conditions for just a few dollars a day. The mine sits on steep, unstable hillsides where landslides are common, especially during the rainy season. Rubaya is not just any mine. It produces between 15 and 30% of the world's coltan, a mineral used to make smartphones, laptops, and other electronic devices. Since April 2024, the mine has been under the control of the M23 rebel group. According to United Nations experts, M23 has set up a parallel administration to regulate mining at Rubaya. The group is accused of making around $800,000 a month by taxing coltan production. The UN says this money helps fund the rebellion. Rwanda is also accused of benefiting from this trade, a charge it denies. This is the core issue in eastern Congo. Control over land, power, and people is deeply tied to control over minerals. Armed groups fight not just for political influence, but for access to resources that are worth billions in the global market. The drone attack on Kisangani's airport shows how far this conflict is spreading. As peace talks continue and ceasefires are announced, the reality on the ground remains fragile. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.